here with UIC head baseball coach Mike Dee as the Flames prepare to open up the 2018 season this coming weekend down in New Orleans. Coach, before we look ahead, I want to take a look back once more at 2017. When you've had time to reflect on that season that was, what stands out the most to you?
Well, I think the thing that was most rewarding about it was that it came on the heels of one of the worst years that we've had. And I thought that everybody in the program, from the coaching staff down through the players, took a hard look at themselves and realized that we were all contributing to an issue. And I thought we did a terrific job of turning that around and paying attention to the right things. And it was a fun year to be around those guys, not really because they were winning, but because they were going about things in the right way, and I was really proud of that. And of course, it led us to some really good things, but I just enjoyed the process a lot more and felt like it was a lot more productive.
One of the pillars of the success last season, as you kind of just touched on, was a really strong group of upperclassmen. You saw a record 6 players drafted, total of 9 signed professional contracts, or joined professional teams. What does it mean to you and to the current team, really, to see those players achieve that kind of success when coming through this program?
Well, I think everybody that we recruit, they come in here, and that's certainly their goal. And those 9 guys worked really hard for a long time, and so I was really excited for them that they got an opportunity to do that. And I think they deserve that opportunity. And I think we've had several guys drafted now for several years and that sort of thing, and I think it's built a confidence inside the program that you can get to professional baseball through this program, and if you use your time wisely and you pay attention to the correct things. And so it was great. I was excited for all those guys. I certainly would have liked to have the juniors back, but I also understood why they felt like it was time for them to move on and take a shot at professional baseball. So it was good for them, it was good for us, and I think we've got some guys on this team, some that are draft eligible, some that aren't, that are also going to have an opportunity somewhere down the road to experience that. But right now we're just focusing on trying to get ready for New Orleans.
So speaking of getting ready for New Orleans, let's take a look kind of first at the position players. You've got three returning starters who played a lot of innings, got a lot of at bats for you, and Scott Oda, Thomas Norton, Bowen Ogata. So you're gonna have a lot of new faces kind of in that area. Who among the guys coming back has kind of taken a step forward, and who among the guys that maybe we're not so familiar with yet do you foresee playing a big role this year?
Well, I think interestingly enough, I think this team is probably close to being as talented as we were a year ago. We're just not nearly as experienced. We get Alex back at first base after Tommy John surgery, who played as a freshman. I think Jake Ackerman, catcher that we brought in, has got a chance to be a really good player, and Josh Figueroa behind him has improved dramatically in the last year, and I think he's going to play a lot. We really have 4 or 5 guys in the outfield that all bring a little bit different kind of skill set to us. Some are a little bit more offensive than others, and others are just terrific defenders. And it's going to be interesting to see how we are able to work that to our best advantage. But Derek Patrick has taken a huge leap from a year ago, and got a young player, Dominic Smith, who can really cover a lot of ground out in center field. Those 2 guys stand out for me. Matt Botcher is going to be in the mix out there, who can really hit, might even be the best hitter that we have as a sophomore. And we've got a second baseman named David Becker, a junior college transfer, who's mature beyond his years, very smart, extremely hardworking, and is a really consistently good player. And then we have a freshman that's going to be starting for us at shortstop, Ryan Lynn, who has really come an enormous distance since last summer, and he's a terrific athlete. I think he's got a chance to be as good as any shortstop we've ever had here, but at the end of the day, especially this first few weeks. This is going to be a little bit different experience for him, and I think he can handle that. But you know, he's going to bring some really good things to us defensively, and so I really like I like the collection of guys that we have, and there's a couple of other guys too that I haven't mentioned that I think are going to get an opportunity to play early, and you know, hopefully after a month, 5 weeks, we've got a much better feel for who can consistently help us out there.
And then shifting our attention to the mound, you kind of have the front end and the back end solidified a little bit. You got Reed Burlingame coming back after a very successful sophomore season, kind of headlining your rotation. And then you've got Alex Padilla, All-American closer for you last year. He's gotten a couple honors preseason as well. What does it look like kind of in between those two guys to you?
Well, you know, I really think our pitching's got a chance to be close to as good as it was a year ago. I think Reed has gotten better. And I think he's ready to pitch on Friday night for us. Ryan Campbell has worked exceptionally hard to transform both his body as well as what he's doing on the mound, and he's going to pitch second for us. And he's a lot better than people realize. Jacob Key has put on 25 pounds since a year ago, and he's throwing exceptionally well and moves from midweek to the weekend for us. And I think Noah, Massa, and Chuck Cerny and Alex, those three guys on the back end are every bit as good as the three that we had a year ago, which isn't a slight at those guys. They've just, you know, Chuck and Noah have really elevated what they're doing. And, you know, and then there's some guys that didn't pitch for us last year. Braden Toika is going to be our fourth guy, and he's a junior college transfer, left-handed, and I think he gets better and better with each week, and I think he's got a chance to be very good. And Joe Fredrickson is back from Tommy John surgery, and I think he's going to pitch some significant innings for us. You know, and then we got Nick Simonian, the left-handed junior college guy who, just like Braden, is getting better and better as each week goes on. And I feel really good about, you know, what he has an opportunity to do for us. So we've got a couple guys that are nicked up right now, nothing major, are getting really close to being back on the field and competing. Jordan Krieger is one of them, and I think it's going to look a little bit different, but I think if we can keep our focus again on the process and that whole thing, I think this crew's got a chance to be very, very good.
All right, now first series of the year, first tournament of the year coming up this weekend down in New Orleans. What are you most looking forward to about the Andre Dawson Classic?
Well, I think we're looking forward to playing somebody other than each other, you know, first and foremost, and getting out in some nice weather. And you know, the teams that we're playing down there are, you know, Southern has got a brand new coach, a guy who came from Missouri and knows what he's doing, and I'm fully expecting that they're going to be very competitive. And UNO, of course, is a really good club, and they do a great job. And they got a guy we're going to face on Friday night that's you know, going to be one of the best guys we face all year, and which would be a great challenge for us. And then we end up with Prairie View, who returns most of their position players, and I really liked their team last year, and they're well coached, and you know, everybody's going to be ready. I mean, the first weekend everybody has hope, and everybody's excited, and playing in some nice facilities, and I think it's just good for us to go out there and compete, and you know, sort of see what needs to be improved on and what we're doing well. And I'm excited for the challenge for our guys this weekend.